good.
Well, it's time where the rubber kind of hits the road a little bit with the postseason. How are the guys ready for the challenge ahead this weekend?
We are always optimistic. We like our team. Speaking for them, they're excited. They're looking forward to the competition.
I know you guys got a couple of more days until you finalize everything. Are you still working through the lineup, or have you made those decisions?
You're going to see the seeds come out, and that'll answer those questions.
And speaking to KJ's first question, I think it was last year after Big Ten's, one of the things you said was this program wants to be champions, and we're going to keep pursuing that. How have you liked this team's effort going towards that goal to go after and being champions and reaching the standard where you guys want to be?
It's about getting better every day. It's about the most important date on the calendar is the next date. And when you get to the postseason, that probably ratchets up a little bit. And when I say probably, it does ratchet up a little bit. The Big Ten championships are very important. Your name goes on a wall being the champion. It's a qualifier for the next step, which is the most important event of the year. But because the Big Ten championships are the next event of the year, it is the most important event of the year. It's not, it's just you don't stack it up in importance like where you freak yourself out. Just, hey, relax. Take a deep breath. Go out and perform. Put on a show.
How are the Big Tens a little bit different of a challenge for guys like Parco and Teamer and Buchanan that haven't necessarily had a qualifier quite as deep and strong as the Big Ten championships?
I would say that they have very seasoned roots underneath them. I'm not sure that you're going to get me to say that the Big Ten is the all and mighty conference. I think that they are competitors since when they started the sport. We talk about that in our room. You've been doing this since your first tournament. I mean, the nerves are there, this is there, that's there. The things that go along with big competitions are there. Take a deep breath, go out and have some fun, kick some butt. I mean, it's really that simple. And I think at this level, everybody's done that to some degree. And now you have an opportunity to do it at a higher level in front of a bigger crowd and on a bigger stage. I mean, it's really that simple.
How much do seedings matter?
Seedings matter because it's an indication of how your season went. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, if it's, here's the thing. No, they don't matter. They don't matter. Mm-hmm. Blind draw it, let's go. Mm-hmm. Fans wouldn't like that probably. And that's why international wrestling has gone from a blind draw to, separations to separating the top two and then separating the top four and then an actual seeding. So, the fans have spoken internationally, and I'll leave it at that. How's that? Okay. Seeds do matter.
Okay.
What's something about this group in particular that maybe you didn't know before the season started, but you learned over the course of the regular season?
They love wrestling, and they want to get better, and there's more than just 10 guys at 10 weights. There's a lot of guys that aren't getting the opportunity that, for whatever reason, have learned and have their eyes toward the future. And if they don't, then they need to.
How much we've heard guys all year, they'll have things like exhausting the scoreboard, these sayings like that. What's it like for wrestlers to have themes like that in their mind? Is that philosophies, I guess, when they go out there and wrestle? How important is that for some guys, do you think?
I think you're talking about sports psychology there, and that self-talk is important. Definitive statements about yourself that are positive, controlling the crazy, the negative, that's input. It's negative, and just being able to take a deep breath and, make it positive and talk to yourself positive, and nothing matters except for what you control. Mm-hmm. Nothing matters out there. It doesn't matter whose opinion of who you are is negative or not. Go out there and do what you do best and put the naysayers on the side. Your question to me goes deeper than just the question, and I think your angle is right. It's about sports psychology, and it's about being at your best, and it's about peaking. Peaking is a mindset. This time of year, you want to be at your best. It's important that you're at your best. In order to be at your best, you don't just start that self-talk. in that sports psychology now. It's something that, you know, you were introduced to as a young kid, and however disciplined you were, or however much it made sense, you pursued it that much. And as you get to the higher levels, it becomes more and more important, and it's got to be part of your game. It's got to be part of your game. So that's a really good question for this time of year.
Where do you think Kyle Parco has made the biggest adjustments?
Right coming through this door right here.
Or
I think you realize that when you're overwhelmed, that you're not really overwhelmed. It would be, and I think he learned maybe a little baptism by fire when we were, you know, out east in State College, and you know, some of our guys let that environment get to them, and I think he realized it's not that big of a deal. Just go out and wrestle your match. And you know what? Talk to yourself the right way and keep things in perspective and take a deep breath and have some fun and go out and kick some butt.
I think the thing that you said after the soldier salute for him too is how conscientious he is and maybe open to fixing and working on his craft. So how beneficial is that when you go into the postseason where he's been able to work through this kink?
I think that his, whatever I said after the soldier salute, is something that he always has a really good after action report in his head. So when the event is over, he dissects it and then he moves on, and it makes him better. And that is a conversation with himself, but it's also, he'll bring, you know, the coaches in, or he's open-minded. So when the coaches bring him in, it's all positive. So he does move forward quickly. He's not always, you know, easy on himself, but that's also healthy. So just don't want to be too hard on yourself. But he wants to be where he wants to be. Thank you. Awesome.
Thank you.
Who's coming up here?